you here. We're back with Abbiescorner, Catlink again, and Charbunny. This time with a Silent Hill Origins speedrun. I don't know this game at all, so I'm going to stop talking about it now and let Abby talk about it because she does know the game. Abby, take it away.
Hi everybody, I'm Abby, and with me I have the lovely Charbunny and Catlink, if you both would like to say hello.
Hello!
Hi. Hello, howdy, hey, I'm Catlink.
Yes, and this is Silent Hill Origins, or as some people call it, Silent Hill Oranges. I learned this very, very recently, and I find it amusing. We're doing UFO ending, which is actually one of the comfiest speedruns to learn for the series, I find, and you'll find out why in moments. We'll get started here in 3, 2, 1.
Good luck!
Good luck!
Thank you. So one of the things about this game is that IGT is very, very weird. All cutscenes count towards it, as well as like any cutscene, including the ending. However, being in menus, the map, and the pause do not count towards it. And you might have seen that I just switched outfits here on Travis, and that's because when he's in his tracksuit, he has infinite stamina and doesn't have to worry about anything stamina-wise.
Oh, we love that.
Oh, yes.
I just thought this one looked cool, and that's why we picked it. I'm glad it has an actual game purpose, too.
Yes.
This game actually has a lot of fun New Game Plus outfits. One specifically, there is like a dog outfit. It's great.
Yes, and you can actually
That's
unlock
awesome.
one of the outfits if you clear this first section out fast enough, which is a burning house. Isn't that just fun? Yes. And there's our boy Pyramid Head sitting there on the wall if you're paying attention. Very quickly, just goes away. And very random. Yes. In terms of chronological order as to when these games happen, Silent Hill Origins takes place in 1977. Silent Hill 1 is 1984. Silent Hill 2, apologies, is 1993. And Silent Hill 3 is 2001. And that's about as far as my knowledge in terms of when these games actually happen in the current year. Of course, Alyssa's activating her magical powers, which for some reason remind me of Majora's Mask.
And Alyssa is the person we're carrying in our arms out of this building?
Yep.
Yay!
And in the cutscene that I skipped, she actually tells you to let her burn, and Travis is like, no,
I'm gonna save you, and now everything's gonna go straight to hell.
Yep. So he wakes up on a park bench and he's like, I bet you she's in this hospital. Not, ever thinking, oh yeah, that's totally right. But wouldn't I be in a hospital too, considering, I was taking in all that smoke? Nope, just goes casually to this hospital. Nothing.
We're in a tracksuit. We're fine. Obviously, if you're in a tracksuit, you don't need to go to the hospital. I think that's what this game's core message is.
Exactly. Just make sure to put on your nice red jumpsuit, and you're great.
Yes. As we continue on here. Also, feel free to interrupt at any point for donations during any run. They're both like super chill ones. So, yeah.
We actually do have a donation, if that's okay.
That's okay.
We have a $20 donation from Drew Day, with no comment, but thank you very much, Drew Day. That is very kind of you. Thank you very much, everybody who's been donating for this awesome event here. Every dollar, and I mean every dollar counts. So don't think $1 isn't enough.
And you'll see me turn off the flashlight here off and on, and that's because the enemies are super aggressive in this game. But when you have the flashlight off, you can't see. However, the game's going to try to fight us on that, because every time there's a cutscene, it turns the flashlight back on, which is just lovely. Also, chat, I have a question for you. Can I offer you, hold on, loading screen, an egg in this trying time?
I love eggs.
That's a very pretty egg.
Indeed.
It was Easter.
That's my favorite holiday.
There you go.
It has bunnies. I'm really excited for our next game too, just for the record.
Oh yes, because of Robbie the Rabbit. I
Yes!
love Robbie. Robbie's great.
Fantastic.
So one
Getting
of
a
the
little ahead of
great
ourselves.
things
We're in this game right now.
I did that wrong. So one of the things about this game that makes it a comfortable run, provided I don't screw up the combination. Why is this not working? 3,
Take your time.
1,
All good.
2, 3, 1, 9. Wait. There we go. Okay, I had to
Yeah,
wait for
some
the
of the
noise.
puzzles in here can be a little finicky in terms of getting the pattern right for them.
Oh crap! I keep screwing up. There we go.
It's
Okay,
all
3.
good.
I'm like, oh no, please don't.
Not like this.
Really? 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 9. Where is? Oh no. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Okay, so the code is 312319, but I guess I was screwing up somewhere. The thing that I wanted to mention about this being a comfy run is the fact that there are no RNG puzzles. All the puzzles are all the same all the time, at least in this category. So that is a thing. So not only do you not have to worry about enemies if you have a flashlight off, you don't have to worry about the dreaded RNG. Though you do have to worry about the dreaded QTE, because that is all over this game when it comes to
Yep.
enemies.
The enemies in this game will love to grab you, and when they grab you, they are quite plentiful.
Of
But
course, we
hopefully
also
that,
have magical mirror powers. That's this game's gimmick.
Yeah, that as well, going from one dimension to the next dimension.
Unlock this door, and does anybody want any toast? Because we pick up a toaster.
I do.
Can I have it with the egg?
Yeah. Oh.
Except for I just used the egg, so we don't have the egg anymore.
Toast.
It's our game progress stealing our eggs. This is tragic.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
My day is ruined.
So now we've grabbed all the organs, including the one that was in the back of a toilet for some reason. I'm not going to
Wait,
question-
sorry. That was just a whole sentence right there. So now we've grabbed all the organs, just very casually, by the way.
And now we're gonna grab these eyes.
Yep. Which are still
No big
organs,
deal.
by the way.
I love horror game puzzles. They're the best.
They really just have quirkiness of just. You would never say this in real life, but here we are. Back to the spooky dimension.
Yes.
They sure like to swipe.
Yep. So now we're going to look at the Tesla rifle, setting up for the next boss, and so using the So we're about to fight the first boss. You don't spend that long in the hospital at all. And then we have our first boss, and the fun thing about the bosses is so that is who I like to call the straightjackers. So we're going to see a ton of straightjackers throughout the level. Also, I give all these games like really weird names. Also, Travis just wakes up on a couch, and in that cutscene that I skipped, we meet Lisa Garland from Silent Hill 1. She locks the front door for some reason as she's heading towards the sanitarium, and it's like, why'd you lock the front door?
Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
I also want to point out that while we're going to walk out, shout outs to our charity, please make sure you're donating and helping us raise money for a fantastic cause.
Yes.
Yes, keep the donations coming, friends.
And as you can see, Silent Hill is quite foggy. It wasn't smoke like Travis thought it was that he was seeing when he was out on the highway. Because in the opening cutscene, he stops his truck and he's like, it's very, very foggy out, what's going on? And then by the time he gets to the house, he's like, it wasn't fog, it was smoke. But no, it was probably a mixture of the two. As we can bear, it's probably thick enough to make pea soup out here. But
I'm glad that's the mystery he solved, is what is in the air, not what's on the streets. What's attacking me? What are these abominations against humanity? I don't know, but I'm glad I know what's in the air right now. Great job, team.
We've made it to the butcher shop, and we have a lovely friend waiting for us in here. We just have to go through this door. Yes. Although we're not going to really see him because I'm going to skip it, but we see his handiwork as the butcher decided to butcher a nurse. We'll get back to that in about 15 minutes-ish.
Well, that seems decidedly unfriendly if I were to guess.
I suppose.
It's perfectly fine, I'm sure.
And of course, everybody's favorite horror game enemy dogs are also here. Although, the dogs in Silent Hill Origins are a bit, let's just say, a bit scarier than normal. As there's one right there. As you can see, they're kind of massive. And they hurt.
Yeah, they can be a little bit of a pain, especially if they're like really locked on you or, you know, getting in the way.
Yeah, they like to lunge at you. And here we are getting in here. Ironically, getting in is super easy, but getting out is a pain because the way the camera acts. For those unfamiliar with Silent Hill, the games usually have two control types, generally. 2D controls and 3D controls. This game only has 2D controls, but also the camera's a bit jankier than the other Silent Hill games. So, it's kind of like, oh, joy. There's actually a point towards the end of the run where the game can, like, glitch out the camera. It's pretty hard to do, but it's just like, oh, well, I guess that's the run dead. Yeah. So here we are in the sanatorium. It's very big, and also the camera likes to focus on that map. And it's like, you can go everywhere, and it's just like, oh, okay, where do I go? And the answer pretty much most of the time is go straight. As we head up to the second floor to deal with our next puzzle, which happens to deal with an iron lung.
Instructions unclear. You said just go right, right?
I thought we were going left. Oh no.
Left or right?
Running the game.
So what about backwards?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Moonwalk out. So we have some new enemies. We have these invisible cage enemies. They are not great if they grab you. I'll be honest.
Also, we just got an excellent glitch. I call it note skip. There are notes in front of most puzzles that you have to read, but sometimes, depending how you're like angled at getting to them, you can skip the note and just activate the puzzle. The puzzle solution, by the way, was 113355, although you can do it in any order you want, just so long as you hit 1, 3, and 5 twice each. Also, I'm pretty sure that the key wouldn't just lightly land like it's a pillow. It would probably shoot across the room if you're overpowering a iron lung, but that's just me. And now we're heading to the basement, because basements.
You make a compelling point with that argument.
I don't know what to say about why we'll just go into the basement. And here we have a dog. Again, enemies are super aggressive if you have the light on, so you want the light off. That dog will often hit you if you have the light on. And of course, another straitjacker just casually walking here. Who knows? Just chilling, I guess. But we have a very important doctor's appointment to go to, as we have to go up to the second floor again to go to hydrotherapy. And we can't miss that appointment.
I know this is really dumb, but I'm so corrupted by Sonic that I keep wanting to call it hydrotherapy. Like hydrocity versus hydrocity. I keep reading it wrong. It's so ridiculous. It's not even a word.
Oh no. And so now we're going to flush a key down a drain. And then we're going to go down to the first floor, but first we have to go to ICU 4 to activate mirror powers once again. And we're going to see something funny with this mirror power. Because you'll notice how I'm activating mirror power to the side, but surprise, it teleports me right in front of it. Yeah, that's just a thing that happens sometimes. It's just like, ew, it doesn't matter where you go, it's going to put you right in front of it. Okay.
Sure.
And now we hear about devil sons and always hating them, as we are now down on the first floor.
Okay, so
I've always hated you! You and your devil son!
By the way, that is Travis's mother saying that, by the way. So, yeah. And then we have to flush this very disgusting toilet. Make sure to flush your public toilets, chat. You never know who could be using it next. And here we go. We have to grab another key, so we're going to go into this dormitory to grab it and then leave. I typically go through the second door, and some runners go through the first door. I don't know if it's exactly faster or not. I just know that it works better for me doing that, but I don't know if there's any like strategic mode for getting that key. And here we have some nurses once again, as we are heading back to the main entryway. No, also you want to run away from that noise. Don't go near the noise. The noise is bad.
anything but the noise.
And then, once again, the nurses, and sometimes you can get the camera to not focus on the map. You kind of got to be far from it so that it can't see it as we go this way this time. And we're going to teleport again and pick up a shotgun. We're never going to use that shotgun, but it kind of blocks the door, so we got to take it. Also, you can kind of activate mirror powers a little early while dashing. However, you want to be careful about that because there are notes and things that Travis can read, or extra weapons that he can pick up. So, just something to be aware of. It is kind of a bit tricky to get exactly what you want, so you gotta kind of play it by sight. I was gonna say play it by ear, but you're not listening for things, you're looking at things. My bad. Now we're heading to the basement. Also, a fun fact, if you don't flush the toilet, enemies will not spawn. So, these, ghosts won't spawn.
Saying don't flush the toilet.
But then you
also
can't,
flush it.
because you can't get the key unless you flush it. So,
Man!
if you're ever wondering, like, did I flush the toilet? Yes. If there's enemies, yes. If there aren't enemies, no. So, now we've grabbed the key, so now we can get into the archive room. And that's what we're gonna do.
Abby, when you get a moment, would you mind pausing the game for a bit? I think the in-game
Yes.
timer should stop, right?
Yes.
Awesome. We'll get small reports from chat. Thank you, chat, for letting us know that the game audio is a bit loud compared to commentary. If you could adjust that for us, that would be fantastic.
I got you.
Yay, thanks. Great job, team.
Woohoo!
Appreciate you, chat. I'm
Thank
doing
you,
a heart
chat.
with my hands, but you can't see it, but it's there. Yay.
Okay. I have lowered the audio. Is this better?
I will.
Be sure to let us know, chat.
All right, so we got a key. Fun fact, all the keys in this game, I believe, show up with English text, even if you're playing in a different language, because the signs on the in-game textures are all in English, so it'd be difficult to match the keys without that.
Oh, yes, that's right. I always glance over that fact. Everything's in English, because this is actually the first Western-developed Silent Hill. Developed in the UK, actually. This dev team would do Silent Hill Origins and Silent Hill Shattered Memories, whereas Double Helix, famed for doing Killer Instinct 3 on the Xbox One, would do Silent Hill Homecoming.
Oh, homecoming.
I would like to let you know that chat has reported that things are much better, so thank you for that adjustment, and thanks again, chat, for the feedback.
Thank you very much, chat.
And then the doctor's going to say, please, but because I cut off his sentence, even though we saw the text, I often have to ask, please what? Do the dishes? Do the meal prep? Do the paperwork? What do you need, doctor?
No, why does that sound like my to-do list for this weekend?
What What do you want from me, Doctor?
I just want to watch video games. I don't want to do those things. Dang it.
No chores, please. I beg.
So now we're going back down to the basement, and soon we are coming up on everybody's favorite puzzle. I will leave that as a mystery for now until we get there. Char knows what I'm talking about, because she has seen this puzzle before. But it's...
What? No, definitely not.
And luckily the dog didn't attack me there. Sometimes that dog gets really aggressive if you go in that direction. Also, the camera is not being my friend right now, as I cannot see the enemies coming before me, and I can't do anything about it. The camera's just going to be the camera. Also, the game has decided to break itself. So that's why we turned on the flashlight.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
getting dark in here.
That happens in 2 rooms, and only 2 rooms. As we dodge here. And are you ready for the favorite puzzle of the game? Because I present it to you now.
No.
Who
No,
loves
not.
I
creepy
love
dogs?
them. They're so cute.
Never ready for this.
So-
I wanna put them on the shelf and give them some hats.
That is the opposite of what I would like to do, but that's all right.
Well, you don't want to give them hats. They look friendly. One has a razor, but don't mind that. Sure.
The other one has knives. Are we going to overlook that too while we're here, just for the record?
I'm sure it's fine. No need for concern.
All right.
Those are friendship knives.
So we now
exactly.
have the final final key for the area. So now we're gonna go back the way we came, broken hallway and all, and go fight the boss, who is, yes, Travis's mother. Travis's father is also a boss, but not for this category. We won't even see Travis's father in the boss form, because the game ends just after the theater. So the theater is our final boss, but we will discuss that more when we get there. So activating mirror powers once again, Travis can actually communicate with the shelf, so that's a thing, as well as with that note. Sometimes unlocking doors can also be done from afar, but again, you kind of gotta assess, like, is this gonna be okay? Question mark. Because again, there is that interaction thing that can happen. Now, coming up, there's gonna be music playing once I go into the doctor's office and pick up the cult key, as I call it. When I pick up the cult key, as I'm going in the wrong direction, as is tradition, music's gonna start playing. And with that music, it'll get more progressive as you go the right way. Also, I didn't realize he has his flashlight on here. Whoops. And if you start going the wrong way, the music will stop. So, you know you're going the right way so long as there's music playing. Music stops, you've now gone the wrong way, and good luck to you finding your way if you haven't done this before.
This is one of the few things in all of Silent Hill that I wish I could do in real life, is just have music to guide me in the right direction. Everything else in Silent Hill can stay there, but that would be convenient.
Music, lead the way.
Yes. Also, enemies will periodically just despawn after you've done something. Like there were two nurses in that hallway, and you noticed that when we got the key and came back out, they were gone. That happens from time to time. There are also 3 enemies that'll just despawn sometimes, or not spawn in, and it's great, but I never know how to make it happen every time, and I've never gotten all 3 of them to do so.
They all just had appointments to get to. It's fine.
I suppose. And now we become the legend, the myth. You've all heard of One Punch Man. Now be prepared to know Two Punch Man.
Whoa! That sounds twice as strong.
He's got some gauntlets.
So like I said, 2 punches.
Wow, that was usually that boss is quite a pain.
Yeah. And now it's over. Just because of 2 punches.
Hey, we take what we can get around here.
And it's not just bosses that die in 2 punches. Everything dies in 2 punches with these on. So that's why we call him 2-Punch Man now. Also, you cannot leave the sanitarium without picking up that ticket. He'll go, there's something on that desk over there, every time you just try to leave. I don't know if the same is with the lumberyard key, and I also don't know why he's not taking the running, moving vehicle instead of walking.
That would be stealing.
Char, there are monsters everywhere. I don't think that's an issue. I mean, we've also stolen a ton of keys.
We're borrowing those. It's different.
There's been many laws are broken in this here video game.
I mean, we could
That's
also
fair,
be
that's fair.
borrowing the car.
We could, but you know, he wants his he's a trucker. He wants to go get his exercise. He's been sitting in a truck all day. He wants to get his legs moving.
We're wearing a cool running jacket. We better use it, you know?
Exactly.
Okay,
The car would have been ideal, but
So now that we've passed that dog on the sidewalk, we can now go back on the sidewalk. That's why I was running on the road, because again, dogs be scary. And we're just heading back into the butcher shop, provided I go in the right direction. There we go. And no ice cream trucks in this game, but worry not, Chad. If you're a fan of ice cream trucks, there's an ice cream truck in 3. And now we have this lovely trail of blood. I wonder what caused this to happen.
is it the dolls?
No.
They were busy making
Oh,
our
hey, it's
meal
that
prep.
nurse.
Oh, hey, that's our
She's
meal prep.
seen a lot better days than she did earlier.
She's fine. She's right at the hospital. It's like around the corner.
And now we are running to the lumberyard. Again, we have to worry about dogs, because again, they like to lunge and their range is kind of incredible, so it's like, oh no. The first enemy that can possibly spawn in or not spawn in is actually right in front of the lumberyard. And it's a straitjacketer, which there he is. Again, he's not really gonna bother us. We're just gonna run by him and unlock the door. And we're gonna hear very creepy sounds. Now, Kat, I have to ask you a question. Do you think there's something in here that's gonna come out and attack us?
Oh no, not at all. We're perfectly safe.
You would be
There's nothing-
correct. Because
Nothing
despite
could
all
go
this
wrong.
because despite all these creaking noises and screeching, there's nothing in here. They just
Well, that's
decided to have atmosphere, I guess.
yeah. Nothing says spooky like screams in the night.
Or the day.
Or the day. It is kind of daytime right now in this here Silent Hill, but you know, time doesn't really even exist in Silent Hill.
Indeed. And
What
then, of
time
course,
is
we
it?
have a nice trail of blood.
What?
And that's how the game tells you where to go. Because, again, it's not open world, but it's very open. And so it's like, where do I go? Follow the trails of blood, chat. Trails of blood are your friend.
Reminder, this advice only applies to Silent Hill games. If you find a trail of blood in real life, this advice may not apply, and please do not take your real life decisions off of this stream. Thank you. PSA is done.
And maybe call the authorities, you never know, okay?
Yeah.
Don't be following blood IRL, okay? Just follow the blood in-game. In-game.
Yes. And so now we use our ticket here, and for some reason, using the ticket unlocks a door. Don't ask me how placing a ticket in a ticket booth unlocks a door. It just does.
It just works.
And of course, we head into the auditorium, and we meet Lisa again. Even though I skipped a cutscene, but Lisa's there. Also, Lisa's apparently 17 in this game. And it's like, alright, that just makes that a little creepier. And here we go. If anybody's not a fan of Shakespeare, I apologize, because Shakespeare.
Hang not on my God.
That's what we're going to be listening to throughout the theater. I'm not a fan.
Of course we need to listen to theater dialogue in the theater.
Also, we now have a new enemy, creepy mannequins, marionette dolls.
Oh,
Hooray.
there's the hanging friends. Their grabs are
Yes.
fantastic.
And then we're going to grab this totem. I usually call it, oh god, I forget what I usually call it. No! But yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now there is a possible note skip, and we got it, but you gotta worry about the katana, because he will pick up the katana. You basically have to mash to get that, but you kinda gotta wait to get past the katana. There we go.
Why have a katana when we have 2 punch blows?
Exactly. Again, it only saves a little bit of time, of course. There we go. In the door.
Those dogs, or I forget what the name of them is exactly, but the dogs there, especially in these tight hallways, can be a little worrisome. But Abby's getting through it with ease, of course.
Yes. And now we're going to come up on a glitch that saves 15 minutes, believe it or not. And it's a very simple one. So we put the sun totem in, we leave, away we came. And surprise. It's unlocked.
Whoa!
Wow!
Yes.
For anyone who hasn't played this before, like many games, if there is a sun, there is also a moon, and you are supposed to go get the moon. But if you just leave and come back, the game's like, yeah, it's close enough. It just lets you through the door. It's fine.
Yeah, they just go ahead.
All right. And now we're back in the real world. Because real world. Oh no, I picked a. Oh no. Camera was not my friend there. All right. We don't need to pick up that note. The camera just decided to flip like that, and I was like, oh dear. So now we have to go pick up some lights, and apparently the puzzle that we need the lights for involves math. But because we know the answer, we don't need the math. And I don't know what kind of math the game is expecting me to do. But
None of it.
apparently there's math.
I don't know what math you're talking about. We know the answer already. We're just that smart.
Indeed. Now, if you do need health, that is a great spot to pick it up because it literally takes a second. You might have noticed the health pack in the bathroom. Another good spot, but it does kind of take a bit of finagling to get it. So you're pretty... Uh-oh, I was grabbed. So here's an example of QTE time. You do have to pass both of these. It will hit you twice. And the second time it pukes on you, which is not ideal.
No, not at all.
So now we need to wake up the demon. So that's what we're gonna do. But first we're going to solve the puzzle. Whoops. There we
Isn't
go.
waking up demons like a casual Saturday afternoon thing? You know, you wake up and then you just, you summon the demons and then it's all good. Start your day.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's what I did this morning.
Exactly.
was great.
I did it too. You gotta have your morning seance.
Oh, I should make toast for my demon tomorrow morning, now that we've been
There.
talking about that.
There you go, the hunger demon.
And you gotta play Weird Al's Toast while doing it.
Exactly, there you go. Perfect. The demon will be quite pleased.
So we've began to wake him up, as you can hear him growl there. Also, don't mash while running past those, because Travis will interact with them each time. Also, funny fact, if you have the light on immediately as you go through the door, that straitjacketer will come and try to hit you. But if you don't have it on, he just sits in the corner the entire time. So clearly Travis's flashlight is also super powerful, because I don't know if I would be able to see the light from that flashlight from the point that that straitjacketer sits at.
One thing I'm not sure if we've mentioned, so many cutscenes in this game will just decide that your flashlight is on afterwards, so we're having to constantly turn it off and off and off and off.
He just really wants to be able to see. It's very dark in here.
That is a good point.
So you can skip the dialogue or the note there, but it's kind of hard to do. And you need to wait for that line to pop up. Once that line has popped up from after turning that on, the curtain will be off. Sometimes I've gotten through where those words haven't popped up, and it's like, oh, the curtain's still down, despite the fact that the sound of them raising came up. Okay. And now we go get a key from a tree.
I like how this place is just has such convenient mirrors.
Yes. And once again, we have some Shakespeare with "Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises. The sound of sweet airs give delight, and harm not, or hurt not." Oops. Okay, I'm still getting that one down. But yeah, lots of Shakespeare burning
You
into
did
my
great.
brain. Because that's basically this game's version of the Borley Haunted Mansion monologue for me, and I'm like, oh, Borley's Haunted Mansion is so much more fun.
Borley Haunted Mansion. We're so glad you came.
Please,
I mean, if you like
come
that,
and
you should stick around for our next game.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. This is Silent Hill 3 coming up soon.
And then
What
we're
first?
going to grab this lever, because we need it. And then run away. Also, one of the marionettes despawned. Also, there's now a dog in this area. Don't go to the left. If you go to the left, you will get hit because there's something blocking your path. So sticking to the right, you can just run straight through. And then, of course, we go right in here.
But what's the dog doing though?
He wants to hit us really hard.
Oh, okay. We leave the dog alone.
Yes. And now we activate the lever. And of course, we pull the lever. And hopefully not the wrong one. Sorry, I had to
Hopefully.
I had to throw in the Emperor's New Groove joke in there. Because why not? And here we go. Demon fight time. And I actually learned what it is. And apparently that's a contorted human. Believe it or not.
Looks like a big dog. He's very cute. Oh, well, he was very cute.
Indeed.
Two Punch Man strikes again.
And that is the final boss of this category. The wiki only compares or says that Travis's mother and the Caliban, which is what the demon's actual name is, are bosses. Also, the Calibans are now out in the wild, by the way. Like I said, most of the bosses become regular enemies after you kill them, just because. Also,
Why not?
a new enemy has come, as now we have giant dogs.
Oh, big dog.
Yes, very big doggos have come to play.
I want to pet it.
Do you, though?
I don't.
I want to get on its back and take it to the store. Take me to the store, doggo! Let's go!
We actually got one of the despawns, by the way. There's supposed to be a straitjacketer on that corner, but he did not spawn. It's two straitjacketers and a dog that have the possibility to not spawn. There is a note skip here that you can get, but unfortunately, even if you get the note skip, you can't grab the key after opening the register, so you still have to read it as far as I know. So it's like, oh, okay then. And then we climb up here to grab a very special key, because without this key, we cannot get the ending, unfortunately. So very important. Also, he will talk about the moths. Those are moth eggs up there. Perhaps a foreshadowing for Silent Hill 1? Perhaps not.
Perhaps. Who knows what could be up there in Silent Hill 1? I don't know.
Also, Travis's body can kind of block the dogs from view, so sometimes you gotta be extra careful, because there have been times where I'm like running thinking there's no dog there, and then whack. And it's like, oh, well, that was unfortunate. And also uncalled for dog. So now we're in the store, very empty, and we can go. Also, that thing we saw on the floor is an actual weapon, and it is a stick. And it's like, stick is weapon in this game. And as I mentioned before with the dog that might not spawn in, it is this alleyway right here where it can or cannot. It is also one of the few dogs that we can push, and it jumps out of the way. You can actually push any dog from behind, but they'll just briefly move. That one just decides to lunge, and it's like, well, that's fantastic.
So you mentioned there was a stick. Have you ever tried playing fetch with the dogs?
No. I try
Dang
to
it.
stay as far away as possible from the dogs.
That is fair.
And now we're coming up to the motel, which is where we would fight Travis's father, and I believe it's room 6010? I don't recall what the wiki said. I have never actually personally fought Travis's father. But, yeah, the motel, Travis's father is the boss, then it would be the butcher, and then it would be Alessa's Nightmare is what it's called, but it's a demon, and it's like, oh, okay.
Oh no, not the crab.
Oh,
They're really wiggly.
Yes, they are. Ironically, going like this allows you to dodge them, which doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not going to complain about faster things. Like, we just saw that happen there. That's what I was trying to do the first one, and it was like, no, I'm going to give you a hug. And it's like, but I don't want a hug. I want to go fast.
As a reminder to Abby, we are going to let the end cutscene play.
Okay, thank you. As
Just
we
because
are-
I know you skip it normally.
And, yes.
I know, this is bonus content, everyone.
And then... Uh-oh, did I go through the wrong... Where am I? I did the wrong thing, didn't I? Yes, I did.
That's okay.
I was like,
Mr.
did I do the right thing? No. I do that sometimes. This is the right path. And then we need to turn the flashlight on because we need this dog to jump, because otherwise we can't get past it. Also, there's a new enemy type.
Oh,
Isn't he lovely?
oh, he looks great.
That's the only one we're gonna see in this run.
I shall name him Bob.
So that was Bob.
That
and
was
then we-
Bob.
And then we run away. And then
Get
we
ready on
activate-
time. We're getting close.
Time is now, by the way.
Oh, there we go. GG.
GG!
And then here's the ending that I will let play.
Oh, UFO ending.
Yes. Although there is a bit of a twist with this UFO ending, because it also...
The lonely
Wait,
moon.
I'll wait for it. I won't spoil it.
You've always been there for me, haven't you?
Well, that moon is moving.
UFO. But
What
not just
incarnation?
UFO. There's also Doggo. So it also kind of doubles as a Doggo ending.
Greetings, Travis. You see my truck?
Oh, Mira.
I have to find my truck.
So despite the fact that he left his truck,
Your truck is on our plan.
like, just outside of town,
Come with
somehow it ends up
us. I drive.
with the aliens
drive,
and
Stick?
Mira, and it's on a planet, and he wants to drive the spaceship, and they ask him, do you drive Stick? And that apparently means yes. We can, and all right, whatever. It's just, I don't know. But yes, that was Silent Hill Origins.
Good job. Very
That
good
ending
run.
is so ridiculous. Congratulations.
Yes. Char, would you like to promote yourself? Since we're at the end
Oh,
of this one.
can I be a captain now? What type of promotion do I get? Sorry, I'm on too little sleep for today. Hi again, my name's Char Bunny. I mostly do platforming games, but I love commentating horror games with Abby, so really excited to be here. You can find me at twitch.tv/char_bunny.
Char is also currently working on a YouTube series. Sorry, on a YouTube series For Love 3 over the next 25 days. She just did day 3 today, which you can check over on her YouTube channel under
Thanks.
Charbunny.
Yeah, if you just search Chart Bunny, it'll come up.
Yes, and we will be back with the next run, Silent Hill 3, in a few moments.
We will indeed be back in a few moments with Silent Hill 3. And there was a incentive for that run that was met really early, actually. Y'all crushed that one. So we get a little bit of extra Silent Hill 3 content. So stick around while we queue that one up, and we will be back very, very soon.